Much anticipated matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl 37.
The funny captain of the shit. Cannons like to notice, so it's time to flip the script. Cruising through the bay on that Buccaneer battleship, sold up, screaming out for Buck what you heard. So Buck what you heard. So Buck what you heard. So Buck what you heard.
All right, welcome back to Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck What You Heard. You follow me, I will follow you back. And I'm joined by my host, Mr. Berkley Prep himself, KB. What's going on, friend?
Buccaneers for life for both high school and my football teams in general. BUCCNEERS, boys.
Brother, there you go, man. And to think, Berkley Prep is where it all started this year.
Yeah, man. Berkley Prep even shouted them out on Facebook and all their social media and had a picture of Brady, Gronk, and all the players out there practicing.
Man, that is dope. I had to start out with Berkley Prep, but I do want to say this, guys. I'm opening up the phone lines early and often. What I want to get from you guys is what was your signature moment for the Super Bowl? What was it for you that you were like, oh man, this is the greatest moment for me? So shout out from Riverview. What's going on, man? Brandon all the way from Arizona out here checking out the show. I'm going to put the phone number up here pretty quick. KB, I know we were tweeting back and forth a little bit during the Super Bowl. What was your big moment?
No words needed.
You know,
I mean, you pinned that tweet. I mean, KC, even their own account tweeted out, "Oh yeah, we already booked our flights, we're ready to go. Last time we were there, doing backflips, throwing up peace signs."
Yes,
Antoine Winfield.
You know what? As soon as that came across my TL, I was like, "Oh, I'm so saving this." And that was the comment I put on. It's still pinned up there right now. I was so happy that they, I just didn't feel like, if that's the best that Kansas City had, if you consider, what is it, three quarters in the first game, the Chiefs didn't score, didn't score a touchdown, plus the 4 quarters in the Super Bowl that they didn't score a touchdown. I mean,
yeah, and you're looking at the 4th best team in the 2022 season coming up.
Yeah. Crazy.
4th best.
I'm good with that.
Yes,
I'm good with that. You know what? It's good to be the underdog. It's good to be
true.
I'm fine with that.
I tagged Tom Brady because I thought that was bullshit. We beat the Packers twice. For 7 quarters, we outscored and dominated the Chiefs for 7 quarters. And what's the other team? Oh, the Bills, who kind of lost to the Chiefs by 20 points that we kind of beat by 20 points. That 40-point swing doesn't make sense to me, but okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. I let people think the way they do. I try to explain to people, and you could, if you guys were watching the show last week, KB, am I lying? Did I not say Vita Vea? You got to know about Vita Vea. And
you were the moderator of a debate.
Yes.
And you came in and said Vita Vea. And we were told basically who?
Yeah. Yeah, no reaction, nothing. And I was like, okay, cool. You gonna figure it out. And sure enough, what'd you think about Vita Vea's performance?
I mean, he did what he did. He soaked up the double teams, and whenever he was on one-on-one, he drove the center or guard back into Mahomes' lap. And then he played edge. The dude played edge.
Yes, I saw that.
He did his. I mean, he didn't get. I mean, I don't remember the pressure number off the top of my head. He didn't get any sacks, but he did for the Green Bay game. He opened everything up.
Yep,
Yeah.
he was crushing that pocket though.
Yeah. No, it was an A performance. The only thing that would have added a plus is if he got a sack. But Vita Vea isn't a sack artist. He produces stats for everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah. Space eater. There's some, hey, Carlos Garcia, what's going on? I'm a Bucks blocking tight end. I love that. That is hilarious.
Dude, so, let's talk about how he played for the last 9 games of the year.
He got in shape. He got in shape, man. And
dude, I honestly, don't get me wrong, Travis Kelce's a great tight end, probably top 3 or 4 of all time. But Gronk just does everything. He's a left tackle, tight end, wide receiver, rolled all into one.
Bro, his blocking technique is just ridiculous.
He could put on, I literally will say, if he put on 50 pounds, he could be a top 5 left tackle in this league. I will go on record.
His footwork and his technique. I mean,
that's all it is. That's all offensive line is you have to have a strength and arm length and height requirement and all that kind of stuff. But if you have the technique, you're going to win 9 times out of 10.
Hey guys, feel free to give us a call, 813-358-8154. Feel free to call in and join this conversation. We are talking about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, our Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl champions.
What was your defining moment, Gene? Just out of curiosity.
My defining moment was the Antoine Winfield Jr. interception.
Oh, the tip pass by Mike Edwards.
Yeah. For me, I've said this kid is special, and to make a splash play in the Super Bowl as a rookie, not to take anything away from Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs has been amazing. And I just am really curious to see what he does next year. I'm kind of the same mindset. Remember when Devin White just ripped out of the gates and he was killing it? And you were like, man, what is this guy going to do? What's he going to do next year? Honestly, you forget about some of the other offensive linemen, the offensive line woes that we've had in the past when you look at this guy play. Same with the secondary. And just think, man, 2015, 2014, we had the most miserable secondary. You just were at the edge of your seat every time the ball was thrown. And what about the kicker? We haven't even talked about the kicker. Got to give Ryan Suckup some love. I mean, this guy made you forget about Buccaneers having kicking woes.
The dude just nails everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the one bad game versus the Lions, but he had one regular miss, I think, for the entire season. The other 2 were Joe Haig blocks.
There you go. You are live on Buck What You Heard. Who are we talking with? Oh, I think we lost him. Dang it. Call back in. You got to call back in. Here, let me call him. Let's see him on
I remember the last time we called
It's always fun to do this.
Can you at least prank call and be like, "This is Pizza Hut. We're here.
We're living on the edge because the Bucks won the Super Bowl. You got to live on the edge."
Nope.
What's up? What's up?
Let's fucking go!
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dude.
Bring that energy, man. What was your defining moment in the Super Bowl?
My defining moment was when JPP and Devin White folded Mahomes like a lawn chair.
Oh yeah, he did look like
personal foul. Oh, when that happened, I knew that was it. I'm like, that's it. We're gonna win this.
Have you
got that personal foul for roughing the passer? But who cares?
Yeah,
he looked like he was in pain, man.
And guys,
he was in fucking pain.
So do you know any Kansas City Chiefs fans?
I do not, man.
Okay, it's all good. I went back and I've been watching all 22. I've been just during spots during works, and I found on both sides of the ball there were missed calls, and I'm just gonna say that.
There were.
And
I
saw I understand where Kansas City's coming from, but on the same side, there were drive-killing penalties that the Bucs should have been able to just, keep going, but that's just how the game went. Now when you look at what the Cheetah did this game, he didn't do anything, to be honest. I mean,
right.
And there's so many other things. The referees aren't responsible for the ball dropping out of a wide receiver's hands.
Right.
And it's just crazy. So, have you bought any Super Bowl swag yet?
I'm gonna order some Friday. I'm gonna order a hat, the Blu-ray, and I'm hopeful I could get another jersey because I had 3 jerseys, and in one of my moves I lost all 3 of them.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I'm serious, and one of them was an authentic Jervicious jersey.
Oh my God. Are you? I would have been sick. I would have been sick, man. If you lose a Jervicious jersey, I would have been sick.
Authentic.
Oh
man.
my
that
goodness,
hurt, man. That hurt really
so with all the losing the Bucs have done, how do you feel right now? Do you feel redemption of any sort?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. I mean, it's been many years of losing seasons, from going back from the Gruden era to the Raheem Morris era. I mean, oh man, I feel good, man. It's good to have a winning season. It's good to go to the playoffs. It's good to even to win the Super Bowl again. Jesus, nobody believed in the Bucs. Everybody except Coach Cowher picked the Bucs to win. Everybody. And because
I love being an underdog.
I know Arians. I know Bruce. I know they're gonna win because it reminded of the Steelers when they were like in a wild card and they were like 10-6 and they won it. I think it was 05, something like that. And Coach Cowher said they're gonna win, while everybody else picked the Chiefs.
You know, again, the Bucs have been the underdog. I mean, when you look at it, no All Pros, no Pro Bowlers. You know, they were just everybody on both sides of the ball was overlooked with the exception of JPP. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But listen, before I let you go, if Jason Light and Bruce Arians were right in front of you, what would you say to them?
I would tell them, you guys did a hell of a job. Good fucking job, man. You guys killed it. You guys killed it. And I was watching the live parade today, and it was, I mean, these guys were cussing, they were drinking, they were drunk as.
Hey, you know, they sound like my kind of people.
It was fun. It was fun. Brady was completely, he was drinking avocado tequila. Ryan Griffin was carrying them. Bruce Arians said to David and Godwin, your asses ain't going nowhere. I believe it's going to happen.
I believe it. I believe it too, man. I think they're going to find a way to make this happen. I don't want to spill too much, but I'm just saying, just basically what I'm hearing, they're trying to, I don't want to use the same term as the Chiefs use. They're trying to go back and repeat. I'm going to say that. I don't want to use that other term or whatever. Well, hey, thank you so much for calling in, man. We're going to get somebody else on here. Hopefully I can get you to call back in next week. We will be talking. We'll be talking heavy about the draft. So, you know, you want to do your homework on the draft. That's what we'll be talking about next week. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right, man. You too.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is what we need right here. Somebody, I keep saying phone calls. Let's see who this. Oh, I think this might be Will the Brewer. Let me see. Somebody called in. I'm calling you back. Hopefully you don't mind.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Because that's what
Will
you
the Brewer.
It might be. It might be. I don't know.
I would love that to be his voicemail.
There you go. All right. So the phone line is open now. I just had a call. I want to hear from you guys. Here we go. All right. You're live on Buck What You Heard. Who are we talking with?
This is Willie.
What's going on, man? Finally got you.
Yeah. Man, I had to get on, man. I had to get on and let people know I love your show, bud. And we champ, god dang it.
How are you feeling right now?
Man, like, you know what? We've been blessed. And I love all the goddamn haters. Tell the haters, keep hating. Tell them keep on hating.
That's right. Let them hate. Let them hate. What was your defining moment of the Super Bowl? All 4 quarters. What was your favorite moment for? What was the best moment for you?
Devin Smith. Devontae, my left tackle. What his name? I keep messing up. I had I mess it up every now and then.
Donovan Smith.
Donovan Smith. Tell Donovan, great job. I won't give him a pink slip.
You think he's earned a spot on this team?
You got darn right. You got darn right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, nobody picked the Bucs to do anything. Nobody even talked about the defense or any of that stuff. But wasn't this satisfying to win the way the Buccaneers won?
Yeah, hey, it was all about the choices. When we went and got Bruce Arians,
yeah,
they didn't believe. Oh, it was like, hey, we went and got Bruce. Oh man, we go get name coaches. Hey, they don't know what to do in Tampa. We always jinx watermelons. They jinx. They jinx. Nah, that curse was gone, brother.
Yep,
that curse was gone.
And that is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to ask you before I let you go, if Bruce Arians and Jason Light were standing right in front of you, what would you say to them?
Okay, Jason Light, I'm gonna tell him. Remember when I picked him up at the restaurant, his partner's restaurant down there in Channelside. Thank you for the $20. I'm still a fan. And Bruce, tell your boys, the front seven, look, let's do it again, man. Hey, let's do it again. Front seven, don't go nowhere. Let's just do it again.
About. That is what I'm talking about. Hey, I really hope you can call in next week because I do want to hear from you. Thank you for being a listener. That means a lot. I wouldn't be doing this without people like yourself. So thank you so much.
Nah, thank y'all, man. And I'm glad to be a part of this team here, brother.
There you go, man. This will be there for life.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll holler at you later. All right. So, this is great, man. Right now, has it still finally sunk in that the Bucs are Super Bowl champions and the fashion in which they did it, winning all their away games in the playoffs. And, I'm sorry, the way the Bucs won, I don't see how anybody can doubt this team. When you go out and you beat Washington, by the way, may have been the toughest game the Bucs had in the playoffs. And it was funny. I saw
quarterback paid. Oh, I'm back, by the
way. Are you?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
The chat says it too.
Oh, you're echoing? All right, hold on one second. Let's see if we can fix that. Is it me echoing or is it you echoing?
Me. Oh, it's gone. Okay, perfect.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, no. So
I don't have to do anything. Nice. So the defense showed out, and as these callers, let's see if we can get this. But keep missing this caller. Whoever tried to call in and missed, call back right now. Let me see if I can get you on here. And just going through the chat here, pick 32 in the draft. That's a beautiful thing.
The Bucs have never been picked 32.
No,
the year they won the Super Bowl, they traded
because they had traded that pick. And you know what? I think financially the Bucs are in the most incredible position after winning a Super Bowl. Just with when you consider when they won the first time, they were in salary cap hell. The fact that they brought in Keyshawn Johnson and then they went out and got John Gruden, it just wrecked their draft for years. I mean, they basically bet the farm. But they're
first 4 seconds on John Gruden and Keyshawn.
Yep, and now look where you are. You're not, what they went out and did. It didn't penalize them a whole lot. Who are we talking with today?
Fellas, how we doing from Chicago? Brother of Tampa Tones. You guys doing a great show, man.
You bringing that Chi-Town heat?
You got to bring the heat for. You can say that, my guy. Oh man, what a great weekend! What a great Super Bowl experience, especially for you, Tampa Tones, Fort Richie Lou, just the many out there, along with your whole crew, man. Just exciting. I'm not even a Buccaneers fan. I mean, I've been living. Fuck, baby, this ball change.
Hey, you're breaking up a little bit. What did you say? Could you repeat that last part?
And I was ready to the Lord through Tampa, and it's exciting and it's thrilling. Thanks for your showing the many out there. Awesome.
Oh man, yeah. I'm sorry. You're breaking up real bad, and I apologize. Tampa Tones. I was just on his podcast too. Oh, we lost him. Hopefully, he can call back in. See if we can get him back on here. Somebody that's not even a Bucs fan calling in, just excited for this team. I know there are a lot of people that were excited for Bruce Arians to finally get that Super Bowl and get that. I think that he's earned that. That's the missing piece of his legacy.
Well, not only that, he's a Hall of Fame worthy candidate. He's got 2 Super Bowls as a coordinator. He coached and groomed Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. He now got the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. If he gets another one, I think he's a lock.
Yeah, I totally agree. Hey, we got you back, man.
Hey, third time's the charm. I'm sorry about that, fellas. My connection in Chi-Town ain't like you guys over there.
So did you get to make it down to Tampa?
Oh, we're going to make it down in April. Like I said, my brother's Tampa Tone.
Yeah.
I watch all your guys' stuff. It's been a blast this season just to see my, 55-year-old father enjoy it. Man, you guys are giving me a ride in Buck What You Heard.
That's what's
Love
up.
It.
So what was your favorite part of the Super Bowl? And please, you better not say the halftime show because I will dump you. But go ahead.
Well, first off, my favorite run of the playoffs is beating the damn Saints. Them childish Twitter things, all they do and stuff like that. It was a joke. I
got nothing but love. You are the MVP, my friend. You're the MVP. And you know what? You are
the MVP.
And you know what I say about the Saints every time?
Fucked.
Oh, hold on. Whoa, I think I missed my cue here.
Bitch, get fucked.
And that's what we have for the New Orleans Saints. Every single time their name comes up, when you say New Orleans, I have to drop that. So it's one of those things.
But in all seriousness, man, you've done a hell of a job. We watch you bring the passion. We enjoy watching your stuff, and I just want to say, from a non-Bucs fan who got along for the ride, I am now a part of the ship, and I can't wait for next season with you boys.
Oh man, it's gonna be exciting, man. Hey, you got to come down and catch a game. I know COVID caught everybody surprised. Hopefully, we will be in a better position where we can all get together and hang out and catch some of these games. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I was at Indianapolis at Tampa last year, unfortunately for me, being a Colts fan. But I need to see TB12 in that pewter. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man. The greatest player ever, just to be able to see him in person. I've only seen him once, so that's...
All right, man. I just wanted to say everything. I'm so thankful for you. And one last time, fuck what you heard.
There you go. There you go. Represent. All right, man. Thank you so much. There you go, man. It was worth it to get that call in, man. Just to, somebody who just became a fan. I'm good with that.
I love Tones, man. I heard you were on his podcast recently, actually.
Yeah. He does a great job, man. Mr. Smith, and Ndamukong Suh finally got a ring, man. Well deserved. And Ndamukong Suh just turned back the hands of time. Him and Tom Brady, just the way these guys are playing. Could you imagine Ndamukong Suh staying in a Todd Bowles system his whole career?
No.
What does that look like?
No, I couldn't imagine, because that'd be scary as shit. Especially when he was younger and dominating the game every snap. He played on a Detroit team that they had their best picks were Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson on the offensive side of the ball. They did nothing on the defense really to support him in any way.
But then that's just been the MO for Detroit since day one, to be honest.
Now they're biting kneecaps.
Yeah. And then you bring in Dan Campbell. It's like the Cannibal, Dan the Cannibal. Can we call him Dan Cannibal instead?
Why not? I don't think he's lasting much longer than those 2 or 3 years that most Detroit Lions coaches do.
Yeah. And then he goes down into the pit of misery where, just pretty much everybody goes. So, man, here we go. Let's see. Oh, and check the phones here. Phones are open. 813-358-8154. We look forward to hearing from you. Did anybody out there go to the boat parade? I mean, that was, when you talk about mayhem.
Honestly, I feel like if you went to the boat parade, you're not awake right now.
Yeah, you couldn't be, because that Tampa Sun. What people don't understand, and this side note here, I remember, I think I was like 8, and we went to the state fair, and it was my uncle, me, and all my cousins, and we were like at the beginning of the state fair. You know, they have the Budweiser tent where you can go in and get beer and all this other stuff. So we would see people going in there, and by the time it was time to leave, you're seeing people passed out. They were dropping like flies when that heat would hit them, because early in the morning is kind of chilly, you know, about state fair time. In the morning is kind of chilly a little bit. And then by the end of the day, that sun comes out and hits you. And I'm almost willing to bet my life that's what happened to Tom Brady. Is, you know, everything was good in the morning, and, you know, the drinks start flowing, and then boom, as soon as that sun hits you, it's game over.
Yeah, and I mean, no offense to Brady, but he's probably a lightweight at this point.
Yeah, probably, man.
Well, he gets probably 1 or 2 days in every couple years whenever he doesn't win a ring, and then when he finally does, he doesn't count for once.
Exactly.
Like, and then you just go like that. Like, he's got like no body fat on him either. So
yeah. Will the Brewer, how did you see how many yards Mahomes had to run to avoid pressure all night?
496 to be exact.
Jesus Christ. Insane. I'm trying to
I think that includes his rushing yards, though.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And I'm trying to rationalize that, because it's side to side. I think the majority of that is side to side because of the way.
Yeah. No, it's basically, think of like if 11-year-old was trying to play Madden and they don't understand that, like, you have like blockers in front of you, so they're like dropping back, rolling to the right. And because that's basically what he was doing. Like, when you analyze, I mean, you watch the All-22, but when you watch the game, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill got open in some instances. However, pressure forced him to spin out, do something to where he had to take his eyes off down the field. And that's when
they only rush 4. And
then they threw in some weird blitzes every now and then. I've never seen a nickel and outside corner blitz on the same play in my years of football. It's weird. No one does that.
And who do you pick up? It's just it's crazy. And I really, you know, I hope my theory is right. You know, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I'd love to see Todd Bowles here. I would love to see him end up.
I think he's the heir apparent.
You have to.
I'd put money on it.
And the reason I say that is when you look at the open jobs out there right now, I don't think there's any job that and we could go back a little bit and you look at the jobs before they got filled, where you had Houston, Detroit, Philadelphia, New York. New York's would probably be the
Jets are now. Well, yeah, Jets aren't taking them back.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, of all the opportunities, man, there's just nothing where you could like build something up. We live in a microwave society. People want changes overnight. So
yeah, and I honestly, if you're Eric Bieniemy or Todd Bowles or Byron Leftwich, I'm not honestly too upset, because when you think about it, Joe Burrow's coach is probably going to get fired.
Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah.
Like, these coaches are going to come and go for these top 5 teams that don't dig themselves out of holes. The Chargers.
The Chargers. Could you see somebody like Eric Bieniemy coaching the Chargers?
Well, yeah. I mean, Brandon Staley is a great schematic defensive coach, and he might do great things with that defense. But, you know, the Chargers are never healthy. It all depends on who you bring as your offensive coordinator. And if Justin Herbert, we're seeing quarterbacks, like even Tom Brady, have these egos. Russell Wilson right now too, or basically they understand that they now have NBA power where they can go where they want to go. And if they don't like their coaches, they either say, choose me or them.
There you go. That's what you got to look at. Guys, the phone line is open, 813-358-8154. Shout out to Bucks Report. I'm sorry. I don't mean to exclude you guys. I feel like, everybody knows that's what we're talking about, Bucks Report. I love
That's
Bucks
how they're
Report.
watching us.
Yeah. That's how they're watching us. Bucks Report.
Yeah, man.
Bucks Report.
Dude, Todd Bowles.
Bucks Report has been killing it. I mean, I don't know if you've gotten to watch any of the shows on Facebook. I normally try to catch stuff on YouTube or Spotify, but this week just on Facebook, I mean, there have been some really good shows. Peter Blake always brings it. They're just really great shows. So this is a great time to be a Bucks fan, to be honest. But again, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, man. No, they even have shows going on at 1-2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoons, man. Like, they always have something going up.
Yeah, and good quality stuff, by the way. Yeah. 52-yarder. I covered my face during that kick. I ain't gonna lie. You're talking about my guy, suck up. You didn't have nothing to worry about, bro.
Speaking of my guys, Byron Leftwich, I will forever shut up.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the most master. He literally just we heard this entire season how BA didn't want to like run play action just to run play action. You need to establish the run before you did it. This game, they're like, fuck it. I mean, we were running 5 yards a clip. Both Leonard and Rojo were averaging over 5 yards a carry. And they just play action each time the Chiefs bit. And I tweeted this out during the game. Anytime they had two high safeties, we struggled a little bit. But as soon as those safeties turn into one high or they both came down, think of the Mike Evans right before halftime, they screwed the entire game. Every time they brought down those safeties, they wanted to blitz. They wanted to do all these kinds of things to be exotic and confuse us. But we were ready. Play action killed them. Brady just knew when to take the shots and when to just dump it off for 5 yards, live for the next play.
There you go. DZ Finesse, if you can, call in 813-358-8154. Let's talk about this song, We Dem Bucks. I love that song, by the way. Anyway, Nestor, a few people gave the Bucks a chance. I'm right there with you, man. You can go bankrupt. I'm trying to show self-control right now with the Super Bowl gear. So I'm just like being very limited on what I get. I did order the black Mike Evans Super Bowl jersey.
Black, you mean? Like,
yes, black.
There's black?
Yeah, there's a black Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl jersey. Go out on Fanatics. I don't even know if they still have them, but that is the sexiest jersey I've ever seen.
Oh, man. I'm getting a Brady and Barrett updated jerseys with the Super Bowl patch. I'm going to get my fiance a Gronk. Man. She loves Gronk. She loves Gronk and her girlfriend or his fiance, or whatever the hell she is. She's like a supermodel, so good for him.
You know what? This is an interesting point right here. If a team gets smashed 31-9, that team loses all privilege to blame the refs.
Oh, did you see what happened when it came to that? Chris Jones tweeted, or someone interviewed Chris Jones, and he basically blamed the refs. And I called out Chris. I quote tweeted Chris Jones's tweet from probably Pro Football Focus or Pro Football Now, one of those places. And Chris Jones liked it. And Chiefs people just destroyed my DMs in that tweet. Like, how can you lose 30? You didn't score one touchdown.
Yeah,
you didn't score one. The running joke is the guy who streaked on the field got in the end zone before they did. Like, these are the jokes getting thrown around at you, and you think your quarterback ran for 500 yards during the game on a freaking turf toe, and you're complaining about a 5-yard holding call. And everyone wants to bring up the Mike Evans play. Yeah, it was accidental tripping or whatever. But in the heat of the moment, you see a cornerback basically tackle someone. You're going to throw the flag. Oh, we have a caller?
Yep. All right, you're live on Buck What You Heard. Who we talking with?
This is Mr. Williams. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mr. Williams?
Hey, man, I'm good. It was a hell of a good.
Hey, I want to hear your thoughts on the game, man.
Hey, man, we had came out and we conquered and we played a hell of a cover. And my front four did a hell of a job. And I hope that these guys can stay together because we got a lot of veteran players that are talking about taking a pay cut just to keep the team together. And I hope the whole Buccaneer organization take a look at that. And I think he can come back next year.
Yep. I think.
I don't know why.
What were you going to say?
I don't know why Devin White was not featured in the Pro Bowl.
You know what? I think I said this like right when the picks were made. I wasn't too worried about that, you know, because there are bigger things to concern yourself with. To me, the Pro Bowl, All-Pro, those are individual statistics. Those are individual accolades. The ultimate team goal is to get that Super Bowl. And I tell you what, man, those guys are going to sleep good knowing that they're Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yeah, because now each and every last one of them guys have now that once they want to hang it up, they can say that they made history.
Yeah.
That they made history. Let's keep the guys together, man, and let's go back and get us. Let's go back and get us another one, man. Because with the talent we have and the receivers and stuff, I think you can do it again.
Yeah.
So I think you can do it again. So we got a lot of guys now that's in the football era. Now they want to become Buccaneers.
There you go.
Come on. You know.
Hey, it's just how things change. I mean, you go back to a time where a player like a Jerry Rice, well, not Jerry Rice, but there were players that played their whole career with one team, and now in the era of free agency, you know, it's just incredible. I mean, you look at a guy, especially like Tom Brady, who's won 7 Super Bowls in the era of free agency.
Yeah, and he won 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's great to be the age that he is.
Yeah.
Even Brett Favre had retired before this.
This is true.
Brett Favre had retired before this.
Yeah.
You know, but no way. I really hope we can keep our team together, man, and we can come.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, any final thoughts before I let you go?
Hey man, let's go back. Let's get us another one. But I do want to give kudos and thumbs up to that young man, Antoine Winfield.
Yes.
Now that's another man that played, and he got his respect now from Mr. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you have to.
What you done the first time you flipped in my end zone, in my face. No, we gotta come back and show our house, and we are here to protect our house.
That's right.
And that's exactly what they did. And they played great. Because we hold nice valve. To 9 points. They didn't get in the end zone. The only touchdown they had was when they landed at our airport.
And that's all they got, man.
And that's the only touchdown that they had. And this is an offense that's known to score 35 or better.
Yeah.
In a game. They got a high power offense.
Yep.
Cannot take nothing away from them.
Yeah. There you go.
We was talking a couple of months ago, you know, when I told you, I say, if we take Tyreek away and put a slowdown on Travis Kelce, or you know, I say we're gonna win.
Yep, I remember you did say that. That's exactly what they did too. Yeah. They went out and you take away their best and make them beat you with everybody else.
Yeah, and then you know, Patrick from all of them sidearm passes, what he's good at. He is great at that. And Levante Davis, he does get that shit. He followed Trevor Kelsey everywhere he went.
Yep. And that's exactly what you had. Hey, I'm hoping you can call back in next week. I appreciate you calling in. We want to get some of the other callers a chance to call in. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Up the show. Hey, man. Like I say, we're gonna go back next year, and man, fire the cannons, man. Them guys had a good time on that big coat out there.
Yep, there you go, man. All right, well, you have a great rest of your night, man.
Yes, sir. You do the same, man. Hey, go Bucks, man.
Go Bucks.
Second.
All right. Man, that's what it's all about, man. He's a longtime Bucks fan, and just enjoying the fruits of being Super Bowl champions.
For sure, man.
No, you're not echoing. Yeah. Were you echoing again? Is that what they were saying?
No.
No. Oh, we're good. Oh.
No, that was from a while ago, I guess.
Oh, I guess so. Okay. Christopher Cole says he ordered the championship hat and shirt. That's, again, man, I think I've behaved myself very well. I do want to take a moment to shout out Smack Apparel, because Smack Apparel has been taking care of us. And how prophetic was this shirt right here? Defend the Bay. The one that got me, this was like my favorite shirt, is the Brady Bucks shirt. Because
Brady Bucks, yep,
because at the bottom of it says Destiny Calls. And it's like, hey, this was before they got to the Super Bowl or anything, and here we are. And so that shirt looks so cool with the Bucks being Super Bowl champs. Mr. Everything Bucks, what's going on? Again, phone lines are open, and let's see, 813-358-8154. What's up, everyone? Crybabies. Willie Graham crybabies.
I was trying to give Kansas City Chiefs fans like the benefit of the doubt, because when you think about it, they had the one Super Bowl a long time ago. Then, they strike gold with Patrick Mahomes. And, I thought they'd just be, riding high. But man, the mighty.
They just totally discounted everything. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, dude, you don't realize that this is the first time that Kansas City has beaten Tampa since 1993. And if you look at the win in the Super Bowl, I think they actually fixed that mistake from the regular season. So there is that. But, Kansas City is just, in recent years had problems with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going back to 93. What can I say?
Not many teams can say that, but.
So before 93, I think Kansas City had the lead in wins or something like that. And then after 93, it was just bad. Just a bad situation,
Was 93 kind of when they changed from the old sombrero, or is that more closer to 2000?
No, they were still a Houlihan. No, this was just, I don't know what happened. It just was that's when it started. And then every single game they played after that, they just couldn't beat Tampa. I don't know if you remember the Jameis Winston going into Arrowhead Stadium and beating that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was so funny because Jameis Winston comes from Florida State, and that was probably one of the more accurate games that Roberto Aguayo had an accurate game, because they kept playing the Tomahawk Chop music that they stole from Florida State.
Yeah, I didn't realize everything the Chiefs do is basically tied to Florida. They're literally one of the same, they're cut from the same cloth. And I'm just all their chants, the Tomahawk, and I'm just so
I'm sitting up here and I'm watching this game, and Jameis Winston was getting hype every time they would start the chant. Jameis Winston thought he was back in the national championship in Florida State, and he balled out that game.
Maybe It's unfortunate, I guess, that for Jameis that the Chiefs drafted Mahomes, because what if Jameis was their quarterback and like he just fed off
my
the
God,
FSU hype?
man, that would be hilarious because I'm telling you, Jameis would get hype.
Oh, next best, and he could go to the Skin. Well, they're not the Skins anymore.
No, they're
Oh,
not.
darn.
They're the Washington Generals.
He just needs to find someone with a mascot that's
No,
Chief related. Or,
I think Kansas City's it, man, anymore.
Oh yeah, Indians are changing for baseball too.
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
that was long overdue too. You know, if you learn the history, all that stuff. So, what's next for the Bucks, man? I mean, do you see this team as a team they can repeat?
I mean, I think it depends kind of who you bring back. I mean, I made a bet. I was telling you about it off air, but I made a bet today because a really respected Bills reporter wants Shaq Barrett, and I said Shaq Barrett ain't going anywhere, along with Levante David, Chris Godwin.
Did you see the tweet from Jenna Lane?
Oh, which one?
From Shaq Barrett.
Oh yeah. When she but like they were all saying, and BA interrupted every speech today to tell Barrett, Sue, David, and Godwin that they were coming back.
Oh, Mike Evans is talking about, taking pay cuts. I mean, I love Mike Evans. Like not to take
best
anything
offensive
away.
Bucks player all time. Just mark it down.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, just what he's done in his career. When you have a crappy quarterback like Johnny Football, and you help him get a Heisman Trophy, and then you end up catching passes from Mike Glennon, you catch passes from McCown, and then you catching passes from Jameis Winston, and who else has he caught passes from? He caught passes from somebody else, but anyway, not important.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Fitzmagic. There you go, and then boom, here you are. He's playing with probably. He's playing with the greatest quarterback to ever lace him up, man. I mean, what can I say?
You don't think Mike Evans tells Chris Godwin every single day, dude, you can chase your money somewhere, but it's you can get all the stats you want, but isn't this more fun? Did you see that video of Godwin and his fiance or wife? I'm not sure if they actually got married yet after the Super Bowl win.
No, I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that on Instagram.
NFL Films got it, like captured it, like both had them both mic'd up and stuff, and like, dude, it was just like they were just so shocked and just so happy, and it's like they both like, I mean, Godwin never won a national championship, like he hasn't had that kind of success, like
exactly.
Why would you want to get away from that to go to the New York Jets or the Jaguars?
Yeah. Okay, you're live on Buck What You Heard. Who I'm talking with?
Yeah, I'm back on. This is Willie. I had to help y'all out about something they just said. There was not enough film for the Saints, Kansas City, none of them. They did not know that Vita Vea was coming to play. They did not know.
Did I try to tell them last week? Yes or no?
Yeah, you try to tell them, and every time I jumped on, I was at work. I kept telling them they didn't have no film on the Bucks.
Mm-mm.
And when they played them, we didn't have Vita Vea. Vita kept telling me.
And Ali Marpet, you see how Ali Marpet played in the Super Bowl?
That's right. They didn't have it.
Jamel Dean, you see how Jamel Dean played in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's right. They didn't have no field. So they can cry all they want. We gave them exactly what they wanted. They all they wanted to do is keep crying.
And they wanted all the smoke before the game started too.
That's all they wanted. Hey, all I gotta say is it was good. It was good to see them. They want to do all that. Oh, I'm gonna jump all over and do the little backward flip and all that Hollywood stuff. Man, look here. When they saw them boys come play, I think we played early in the year. When we played Green Bay, they should have looked at that tape. When they see Green Bay Packers, when they see the cheesehead, they should have just watched that cheesehead game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. By the way, tell all the cheesehead, thank you for that cheese. I'm gone, boy.
All right,
I had to jump on here real quick.
All right, man. I love that, man. You can call back in here and hey, if you missed a point,
short and sweet
things in. Hey, Call back in. It's 8. Phone lines are open. But, he makes a valid point, though. I mean, all you had to do is go back and look at the teams that, the Buccaneers face. And, I really don't feel like the Cleveland Browns team is complete. I don't think that the Buffalo Bills team is complete yet. I think they are on the verge, but they're not complete yet. There are some teams in the AFC, I believe, if they get the right pieces in free agency, they're going to give Kansas City problems this year. The AFC is not a runaway for Kansas City this year.
No, and then I think the Bills' problem with the Chiefs wasn't a personnel thing. I think it was a schematic thing.
Yeah, it was.
What you have to do, I mean, if you're a fan of the movie Miracle, when Herb Brooks is trying to show like the teams like what to do, you can't just play passive with the Soviets. You have to attack them and beat them at their own game.
Right.
And that's kind of what we nutted up. We played press man. Tyreek Hill did not come off the if there was anything less than 10, Tyreek Hill was getting pushed on the line of scrimmage.
There you go.
There was a safety right over him. That's what you have to do. No one else did it this year.
And when you take their best players out of the game and force them to beat you with everybody else, you kind of saw what happened.
And I think Bill Belichick for that, because he put that blueprint out this year when the Chiefs played the Patriots. And if the Patriots had any other, Cam Newton didn't play that game because of COVID.
Yeah.
If they had any other quarterback, then I forgot no offense to the piece of shit quarterback that literally with 4 seconds left and no timeouts decided to take a sack at the goal line.
Marvin, or I don't know his name. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, but if they had a competent quarterback, Taylor Heineke, they would have won that game.
That guy's going to get breaded out this year.
He just did. He got $10 million.
Really? Where was I?
2 years, $10 million plus incentives.
Man, I've been missing
this morning.
I didn't realize that Jose Canseco got knocked out on Saturday either. He got pummeled. But
I was skinny like IT guy.
Yeah, I know. I think that dude's like 22 or something like that.
Yeah,
hey, you are live on BucWhatYaHeard. Who do we have on with us?
Good evening, guys. Will the Brewer here.
Will the Brewer. What's that beer you're drinking, my friend?
Right now, I'm drinking some porter.
High class.
Have you ever had porter in what do you put that with? Can you use porter for black and tan?
Oh yeah, you can do a half and half with porter for sure. Usually it's stout, but you can do porter.
Okay. How are you doing, man? I got to hear your thoughts on the Super Bowl, and floor is yours.
Sobered up somewhat since Sunday night, so that's a good thing. Man, I gotta say that was just such an amazing team game right there. I mean, I think stepping back to last week, I was really impressed in the confidence that the young players were exuding. When you heard the press conference with SMB, when you heard Carlton Davis, I mean, and it's easy to speak confidently when you're in a press conference, but man, they showed up.
Yeah. And this is the thing that got me. Nobody talked about the Buccaneer defense. Nobody.
Remember at the beginning of the year when they said that we had a great defense, then we sputtered off, played a bunch of zone, and then it was like, oh, the Rams this, oh, the Rams this. The Bucs weren't even any good, even though we finished the year top 4 in EPA. But it's like everyone just forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, man. It's crazy.
So both the offensive and defensive coordinators just had great calls,
Yeah, absolutely.
They just stepped it up.
So I have to ask you, what was your favorite play of the Super Bowl?
I think that drop that Kelsey had.
That's the one on the third down, or like near the goal line. Yeah, third down.
It was a third down.
The third down one is like, a time when our defense didn't make the play and he just flat out dropped it. I was like, oh, hey, they're a little nervous. I think that's nice.
So do you feel like And again, you don't ever want to question anybody's heart, but do you feel like the Bucks took the wind out of their sails? No pun intended. In the first half, in the first half, do you feel like, they took that gut punch and, they knew they were in a fight because they were unable to move the ball? Did you feel like, because that energy they had coming out was not the same energy they had coming out in the third quarter? And you could tell, you could look at body language and see, I know that they felt like, hey, we're still in this, but did you feel like things changed in that second half?
I think they were overconfident. Going into the game, I think they were way overconfident. And when, when Hill had 200 and whatever yards
in the first quarter.
In the first quarter. Yeah, it's like, we fucking got this. So I think they just figured they could just come out and do what they did before.
Yeah.
And so once they figured out, they're like, oh shit. And now I will say, I did call 31-27 Bucks. I thought the Chiefs were going to kick another 6 field goals.
That makes sense, man. So were you shocked? Were you shocked by how dominant that defense was?
Yes, absolutely. It was amazing. And like I said, everyone was just making plays all over the field. And, I was wearing my Levante David jersey.
And you couldn't ask for a better jersey to wear.
Him and Golston and all those guys. So, yeah, it was great. I mean, this is a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, just from the last time to this time, it's so similar, but it's different. Because, I mean, when you look at Rich McKay had Sam Weish. Then from Sam Weish, he went to Tony Dungy. From Tony Dungy, he went to John Gruden, and they win the Super Bowl. Then, you look at Jason Light having Lovie Smith or vice versa. Then you've got from Lovie Smith to Dirk Cutter to Bruce Arians, and then they win the Super Bowl. It's so similar but different. I mean, with the 2002 Bucks, they go and shut down the dump in Philadelphia, and then here you send the future Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, into retirement, winning in his house, opening up his refrigerator and making yourself a sandwich, and then walking out with that victory. So there's just similarities between the two, and it's just crazy. The fact that the Bucks won in Tampa, that makes this so much sweeter, because you know what? You could be 10 years down the road and you'd be like, what? The Bucks won the Super Bowl this time, but it was in Tampa. I mean, you don't have to guess where it was because they hosted, they defended their house, and they did what they had to do, man. So I'm excited about that. And I've been asking everybody that's been calling, and I'm going to ask you the same question before I let you go. If you had Jason Light and Bruce Arians in front of you, what would you say to them right now after the Super Bowl victory?
I would buy them a bunch of cocktails, first of all. But holy shit, way to fucking go. I mean, the turnaround that they had from last year to this year. And, one of the key things was I felt like there were a lot more in 2002. I felt like there were a lot more guys who'd been around for a long time. I don't feel like there are as many guys who've been around a long time on this team. I feel like there are a lot more younger players. So I kind of felt a little more connection to, the entire team before. But
the
thing is, But the thing is that it was very similar in that the new guys, when Arians came in and then Brady came in, they brought in those few key players.
Yeah.
When they had, we had the core that was there, and it's just bringing in those extra few people who just made that difference.
Yeah. Most definitely.
But the one thing I will say is I do not want this to be like last time where we then did not win another playoff.
Well, you got to consider you bring in a blithering idiot in Bruce Allen, and Bruce Allen did not. And Bruce Allen and John Gruden working together, That's like giving your kids some scissors and sending them in the other bedroom while you go watch TV or something. That's what I kind of equated that to. I mean, and that's pretty much what happened. I mean, and you got to consider too. I know there was a lot of things in play there with the draft, not having all your draft picks, and then not being able to evaluate talent on any kind of level where you missed on free agent picks and just the limited amount of money that was going in there for these picks. So I don't know, man. I think this is a totally different scenario here. I like where they are with the cap. I think that there's a lot of room to maneuver and flex. There are players that want other players back. So you do have that as well.
Right. I think they'll work together on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then the last thing I'll say is it was awesome because I still had a shirt from the 2002 season. It was my little kid with a little Bucks winter cap on and a little Warren Sapp jersey. And he was 1.5 at that point.
Wow.
And so just watching. So I had that shirt on with a photo on it underneath my David jersey, and then just to go watch the game with my kids.
So is Levante David your new Warren Sapp? Is that your Warren Sapp? I mean, for this team?
Oh well, I got the Warren Sapp jersey for my kid, but I was Hardy Nickerson.
Oh,
so I had Hardy Nickerson orange, and I had Hardy Nickerson red, and all that kind of stuff. So I was a Hardy Nickerson guy.
There you go. All right, Will the Brewer, longtime listener,
guys.
man. I really appreciate you coming on. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Wait. No, and I was just going to say I'm Southside Chicago. So,
man, I've got to. When COVID's over, I got to get and visit you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
be down there for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I know. We'll meet up. We'll meet up for a game in Tampa next time.
Yep, we will have to do that, and the three of us can hang out. Beers,
All right.
beers will be on me, but probably not till 2022. But beers will be on me eventually.
I'm drinking for you, man. I'm drinking for two right now, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Right, good night, guys.
All right. And that was Will the Brewer, and I'm staying strong to my promise. No beer till 2022.
Are you going to be like Stank and just give yourself one more? Stank out one night. That's all I'm going to say. To those you don't know, I'm not going to say what, but if you know Stank.
No, actually, I have other means, and I'm good with that. Whatever sacrifice I can make to NFL Jesus to get us this win, I went ahead and did it. I did what I had to do. It took
hey, like Tom Brady, you got to sell your soul to someone at some point.
Yeah, and I did. You know what? I may put it on Craigslist. I don't know. What do souls go for nowadays?
I bet you there's someone who'll pay something.
It was so funny. Hey, did you see the guy that actually sold his soul on Craigslist?
No.
For Christmas.
I know people that were selling stuff just to get GameStop stock.
Yeah, there you go. I'm all about the Dogecoin. Yeah, buddy. Elon told me to hold on to all my shares, and that's what I'm gonna do. Andy Finley, what's going on, man? And you know what? I can't say enough good things about Ryan Suckup. And I have to get this in here before we jump off of here. But the Ryan Suckup apology tour is sadly coming to an end. And I just have to say I apologize. And, Ryan Suckup, I was wrong. I was wrong about you. And you've restored my faith in kickers. And I do know that there are good kickers out there thanks to you. Thank you for what you've done for us. KB?
I got two people. I got first is Byron.
Oh yeah.
Byron, man. I've been animated. I've been red-faced. I have cursed. I'm not a man who cusses that much. Like, I censor a majority of my tweets until recently because Sammers basically convinced me that I just need to let loose. And
yeah, you do.
The Super Bowl when I had to. But like, no, Byron, my goodness, your plan that you brought to the Super Bowl shows me that you have some semblance of what to do and what works and what doesn't. I just want you to roll it into next year. My other one is Devin White. My God, I was a Josh Allen apologist. I've always been someone you draft. I don't want the Bucs to draft a running back this year, but damn it if they do, and it's a home run pick, I'm going to be happy about it. But I was always in the camp of you don't draft an off-ball linebacker in the top 5 or even top 10. And I didn't know Shaq Barrett was going to become Shaq Barrett at the time either. Keep in mind that was the same year that he came in to this team. And Josh
So you didn't
Allen,
get to see him when he was in Denver at all.
No, I mean, like I did, but I mean, I didn't think he was going to blow up. Like I thought maybe he'd be like a 5 to 7 sack guy, like a Carl Nassib, like do enough to get your attention, but not enough.
Wonder what that guy's doing right now, considering that
he was a backup for the Raiders.
Yeah, I know. Do you think he's like punching at air because, he was on a team that was a year away from the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I guarantee you.
Like Warrick Dunn. If Warrick Dunn, could you imagine if Warrick Dunn had stayed in Tampa instead of going to Atlanta? How does that change things for him?
I mean, he has a legacy. His legacy would have gone. He would have been a Buck great. If you took Michael Pittman out, like, oh my God, Warrick Dunn was like the best running back in Bucks history. James Wild.
And when it comes to like character, and when you talk about character people, I mean, you got Warrick Dunn here, and then didn't
Warrick Dunn's foundation pay for Deshaun Watson's childhood home?
Yes, they did. I mean, geez, I just can't. There's so much positive Bucks history. Even in the past 20 years, good and bad, there have been some things that just made you want to punch at air, but then there are other things you're like, oh, okay, we did good at that. And like for me, it was probably Mercer. Mercer was the most embarrassing. I used to get roasted at work about Mercer because of everything that happened with all that. And it was like, man.
Well, to me, it was the Josh Freeman thing, even more so than Mercer, just because, I mean, I was a teenager at the time. Like I was in high school, Berkley Prep, had to throw it in there. But I didn't think that someone could go down that kind of rabbit hole in such a short period of time.
I think coaching plays a huge factor in it. I don't think Greg Schiano wanted Josh Freeman there.
I don't think, but I also don't. I mean, that's probably true, but I also don't think that. It came out that Josh Freeman had been doing, had sleep issues. Went to Taco Bell every night at like 3 a.m. Like never showed up for meetings. Like all that stuff, like sort of just came out. And yeah, I think Greg Schiano knew about it and wanted this guy out of there. But to me, Josh Freeman was the best quarterback in Bucks history.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was no one.
Yeah. And you gotta, he did deteriorate really quickly. But I mean, you look at where he started at with Kansas State. Ron Prince was like the worst coach in the freaking universe. He had no business being a college Pee Wee League, powder puff. He didn't have a business coaching anything. And
Raheem was on that staff too.
Yeah, and he was on that staff, but I would have taken Raheem over Ron Prince. Guys, terrible. Charles Barkley, terrible is how bad he was. And then you go from him, then you come over to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what I'm getting at is teaching. He really did not have anybody to teach him what it means to be an NFL quarterback. It was pretty much left to his own devices. I'm not making excuses. This is his body of work, and we can look back on his body of work and see what it is. And that's kind of where I come to this. Oh, we got one more call. We'll take this call and see who this is. All right, you're live on Buck What You Heard. Who we talking with?
You know who this is. This is Buck Skull Gang in the house.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah, you got those messages. Man, did you hear Anderson Peterson is interested coming to the Bucks? I heard that AP wants to be Tom Brady. Do you think that's going to happen?
I hope not.
Veteran men. Give $900K, $600 against the cap. Maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, maybe.
But if Shady McCoy don't come back, what do you think?
Not. He's retiring.
He's retiring. Yeah.
I know. Who do you think we should let go? Do you think we should bring the whole? Did you hear the press conference? Did you hear what the parade today? Bucks want to keep everybody though, but it's going to be hard to do that.
Bro, you just got to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. We're still enjoying the Super Bowl here, bro. And
I know, man.
We
will
talk
about free agents. People talking about free agents. Trey, what you talking about? I heard JJ Watt heating up, man. JJ Watt coming to Tampa Bay too. Most likely.
Well, we can't keep everyone and bring in JJ Watt. That cap number is ginormous. See, what's the advantage of re-signing guys like Godwin, Shaq is what you can do is you can give them a lot of guaranteed money and then push the cap on the future years. Kind of think of what the Saints have been doing, for instance.
That's what I was pointing. But I heard.
Well, you can't do that with JJ Watt.
Tom Brady take a big pay cut. Mike Evans taking a big pay cut.
No, they're not taking pay cuts. They're just going to push off the salary. They're not taking pay cuts.
Yeah.
There's too many millions to take pay.
Yeah.
They're not going to take pay cuts. What they're going to do is you give me $5 million now, and you give only $2.5 million against the cap this year, and then $2.5 million more like next year. Like that's how you separate those caps.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Hey,
okay.
Mr. Buck Skull Gang. So, give me your final thoughts before I let you go, because we are.
Man, that was a great window. Did you expect the blowout?
I didn't expect a blowout. I expected the defense to show up, and I didn't expect Kansas City. I didn't expect Kansas City to put up 5,000 yards on the Bucs this game. There were too many missing pieces, key missing pieces for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in that game against Kansas City.
I knew the Bucs were going to win. I had a feeling the Bucs were going to win that game.
And I think the Bucs weathered the best storm that Kansas City could have thrown at them in that game on Week 12. And if Chiefs fans had been paying attention to the last 3 quarters, they would have kind of figured that out. And just keep in mind, the Bucs were down very key components of this team. I mean, you saw Jamel Dean out there all over the field. You saw Vita Vea on the edge. You saw Vita Vea in the middle. Ali Marpet, great job blocking, and he looked amazing. So most definitely.
Smith, Dante Smith, number 76. He's doing okay, man.
Yep, there you go. Well, hey, brother.
I heard the Bucs going to repeat. Repeat champs. Come on, we're going to repeat.
Yep, they may do that. They may do that.
Did you watch the parade?
Yep, I watched some of it. I watched some of it on Twitter here and there.
Did you see what Bruce Evans said about you're not leaving, you're staying, you're not leaving? That was funny.
Yeah, man. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun off season, and it's going to be interesting to see what they put together.
Starts next week. She starts next month, and trades are heating up. It's crazy.
Yep. All right, man. Well, thank you for calling in.
Okay, I know. What do you think? As a Bucs fan, would you mind AP? Would you mind even speed or something?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't want to sound like I said this is a cop out, but I want to trust the process. I want to see what Bruce Arians comes up with. Bruce Arians getting with Jason Light and see what they come up with.
If AP wants to come here, Tom. AP wants to come to the Bucs for discount, he will come.
Yeah, this is true. If that's what they want, to happen, I think they've got a young running back core with Ronald Jones, and you have Leonard Fournette wanting to come back. I mean, there's only one ball to go around to all these players. So
we can have a spot open because Shady McCoy there. We have a spot open there.
But Shady McCoy didn't play that much in the postseason, so he didn't even play a snap in the Super Bowl. It just depends on if there's room for him, availability, and you need both sides to want something like that to happen.
It could be
James White. James White. Sorry,
James White. There you go. That's another name.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what my thought was when I heard the news. I said, "Really?" I heard about Patrick Peterson. What you thought about that?
No.
Patrick Peterson.
No.
I know. No. But look at all the people.
Maybe 5 years ago, yes, but now, no.
How about Richard Sherman?
He doesn't match our scheme.
You're building the Madden.
I love Richard Sherman. He just doesn't match the scheme. But I mean, he's a great player, and I still think he can produce at his age. I still think he can.
Yeah.
But look at this. But all the people want to come to the Bucs now. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, thanks for calling in. I appreciate that. Call back in next week.
Okay, well.
All right, man. I want to get back to this conversation about Josh Freeman. It's really interesting.
We had like a 5-minute just deviation.
Yeah,
And you
we
just want to
kind
go
of
right back.
from what we were talking about. With Josh Freeman, it was youth, man, and I think he was young. To my point, the point I was getting to was he really didn't have any guidance in. I think the last time he had guidance, serious guidance, was in high school, and then when he came to Kansas State, he really didn't. I mean, there were players there were people there to help him, but it wasn't teaching him how the fundamentals of how to be. He played games with pure talent. And you can attest to that. We've seen that from him. There were some ill-advised throws. I think if he had the right coaching staff with him, I think he may have gone a different direction. I think they may have been able to save him to some extent. But when you're young, you don't have any. You do whatever you want to do, and you get away with it. There's no. It was just different. I just wish they had a different coach other than Greg Schiano. I didn't care for Greg Schiano when he was at Rutgers. And I've gone on record saying that. And, he's proven that he has no place in the NFL, in my opinion.
He does pretty damn well at Rutgers. I'm going to say that, though, even this year, just saying.
Yeah.
I come from the Schiano coaching tree, so I just hope I didn't know if you knew that. My head coach in college is on the Rutgers staff currently, and he was on the Rutgers staff back then.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he has a totally different toes on the line mentality than this guy.
Oh, no, he's also the nicest guy you'll ever talk to. Because obviously with the whole Berkeley connection, I was exposed between him and Cutter. Dude, Schiano's the dude. He's just like a 15-year-old. When he's not obviously not toes on the line, Schiano, but he's like a 15-year-old who just loves football, man.
There you go. I still don't like Greg Schiano. I'm sorry about your I still do not like that guy, and I stand by what I said. Brother Brewer, my Saints fan cousin still doesn't think they're going to have any salary cap issues. Talking about New Orleans, I'm going to go on record saying this: if Mickey Loomis finds a way out of this salary cap hell right here, I think there needs to be some kind of investigation.
Well, they already did some weird thing with Drew Brees. I didn't know because Drew Brees hadn't officially retired, they basically just restructured.
Yeah, they restructured his contract.
Yeah, so there's still, I was talking to Evan about this, and I'm going to talk to, I've been in the DMs with a cap guy who I'm going to talk to at some point about this kind of stuff, but essentially there's still $12 million in cap that's missing between what the Saints split Drew Brees cap between this year and next year is. So I don't know what's happening to that, because Drew Brees got paid and he's going to get his money that's in the dead cap. That's money that's already been paid. So I don't think Drew Brees is giving back $11 million.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know how they've even done what they've done to even be in the position that they're in. But if they don't cut, some key depth pieces and they can't re-sign Trey Hendrickson and all.
Can they bring and just flat out, can they bring everybody on that team back?
No, God, no. You're going to see a lot of key pieces gone. Marcus Williams isn't going to be re-signed. Trey Hendrickson's not going to be re-signed. Quan Alexander's not going to be re-signed because he's going to get cut. That's already been basically.
You think Quan gets cut, huh?
Yeah, he has no dead cap for being cut, and he's coming off an Achilles. It just makes no sense for them, and that's good money that can just easily be cut off.
Dude, Quan, man, that's just crazy. The freak injuries he ends up with is just.
Yeah, but
these are catastrophic injuries. These aren't just little ticky-tack injuries this guy keeps ending up with.
And people I've noticed in the chat have brought up Quan a couple times and being hey, he was just, a couple years off. He should have stayed. When someone offers you $7 or $8 million over your market value, you can't not. It's also the 49ers were a good team. They had just recently gotten to the Super Bowl, or right before they got to the Super Bowl. I forgot. No, yeah, it was before they got to the Super Bowl.
Yep. And
they were looking good, and they thought he was the missing piece. It turns out that they drafted a better linebacker. No offense to Quan.
John Lynch. My guy, John Lynch, man. Shout out to him as a general manager. This guy.
Hey, Hall of Famer, John Lynch. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah. So, okay. So do you want to do Rondé Barber, or do you want to do Simeon Rice? Which
Well,
guy?
I know Simeon's your guy.
I could do either one.
I got Rondé.
Okay.
Rondé's also easy. Rondé should be in before Lynch, and I love Lynch. Rondé should be in before Lynch.
T. Smitty said Gene's gonna pull a Takashi and snitch on the Saints.
I don't get the reference, so I'm just going to continue.
Yeah, I'll hit you off camera. I'll explain it to you. So you're just going to do Rondé. You know, Rondé is so deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
If you're a unicorn, I feel like you have to be.
I mean, just what he's done to revolutionize that position, the nickel position. What just what his durability. I mean, I could go on and on about him, but the same with I could do the same thing with Simeon Rice.
Well, and he was doing in the time that it was less common. Yeah, there was Lawrence Taylor right before him, but like not many people were averaging 10 sacks every single year. I mean, yeah, Warren Sapp, but like not many people were doing that.
Yeah. I mean, in second year, you got 16 and a half sacks in Arizona. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And he was producing with Warren Sapp. Like that, sometimes you eat from each. Like we've seen, like Shaq, when JPP comes, you're not getting as many sacks.
Right.
Like it's just.
And then you got to consider that Warren Sapp you have to double team Warren Sapp. That means somebody's open. But at the same time, what he was doing in Arizona, he was playing at a high level. When he came to Tampa, he was still playing at a high level. So you can't tell me that because he's on this special Super Bowl team that you can't put him in the Hall of Fame. No, you look at what he did before he got to Tampa and tell me realistically that this guy doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. He's more than earned it. And I just think it's a travesty of justice. I feel like they really need to rotate the people that vote on they need to rotate out the Hall of Fame voters and get different people in there. It just needs to happen.
Speaking of that, did you see the Kansas City writer who was a 36-year-old Hall of Fame voter and highly respected reporter died recently?
Oh, yes.
That was, I mean, I didn't know the guy, but the amount of people that I've seen that and I respect in the industry say the things that they said about this guy. And then just being 36 years old and being a Hall of Fame voter with all of these old people, think Ira Kaufman, like you have to be a trendsetter, a differentiator. You have to be the standout in order to be able to have that kind of respect in the industry. And to lose someone so young, I thought that was so sad.
Yeah. King Cook brought up the best point because I've been trying to remember back to Simeon Rice. And Simeon Rice didn't really get along with the media too much. He was very careful about what he said. And I don't want to put him in the same category as Marshawn Lynch, but Simeon Rice wasn't like that media darling like a Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor, every media member in America loved him regardless of where they were. They all love this guy. But with Simeon Rice, I think it's a shame that, he wasn't already in. I think I would have taken him if I'm voting. I would have been looking at Simeon Rice over Jason Taylor personally.
Yeah, but also, I mean, Jason Taylor, what helped him was he was the only guy on a team for so long that, like, Simeon, I guess when he came to Tampa, he was just one of Sapp, I think that hurts Rondé too, and Lynch.
And that goes back to my original argument. You look at what he did. He was ranked number 2 all-time sacks in Arizona before he even got to Tampa.
Yeah.
So again, we'll get into this and we'll talk.
Well, these are also the same people who thought Tom Brady was a system quarterback.
Yeah, they know better now.
No, I don't think they do. If we're going to be honest. Oh, the Bucs had so much talent. That's why they won. Brady went there. That's all I read now, and that's all I hear now is that Brady just chose us because we had everything already set up, ready to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Bucs had a lot of great things going for them, but like he had to do a lot of things.
Brady
had to change a lot of things.
And AB and
he also had to change a lot of stuff that he's used to.
Right.
Like, and they just don't understand that. It's not just everyone just talks about the throwing deep downfield. No, like 90% of the routes the receivers run are choice routes. They're not schemed just to get like what the Chiefs do or what Belichick does just to get a guy open like an Edelman. No, like you have to know everything and everyone has to be on the same page. That is, it's the, I mean, we saw it with Jameis.
Yeah.
Like it's not the physical talent that hurt Jameis. It's understanding how to read defenses. Yeah, it's all in your head. It's all above your neck.
From the neck up. Well, the chat is on fire, man. I mean, like they're talking about, they're in here talking about these Hall of Fame voting. It's political. It's totally political.
It's like the Oscars, man.
Yeah,
like it's just stupid.
Yeah, I stopped paying any attention to that. Well, I probably, because John Lynch is in, I've not watched a Hall of Fame game. I've not watched the Hall of Fame voting or any of that because Simeon Rice wasn't in. Rondé hasn't been in. I just think it's been a travesty of justice, but I am going to watch because I love John Lynch and what he's meant to Tampa. And, I could tell you stories, but we'll get into that later. Well, dude, I cannot believe we have been on for this long. And it's time to go because I know Peter Blake is coming right up, probably about 30 minutes. But again, I want to shout out Bucks Report. Keith, what's going on? Ray Kennedy, Joshua Cole Allen, again, Peter Blake. And, if I missed anybody other than my guy, KB, of course.
Well, Smack Apparel. I was pointing up to them.
I'm going to get to them in just a second because, they look out for us. I appreciate them. Again, thank you to all you guys, and you're greatly appreciated. Shout out to Smack Apparel. And I can't say enough good things about Smack Apparel. If you guys get a chance, go out to smackapparel.com and get that shirt. They what is it? 31-9 beatdown shirt.
Oh yeah.
They go out and look at this shirt. If you love
our girl Ruth the Truth was wearing them at the party today.
Oh, she was. She was
She was rocking Smack Apparel.
Yeah, that's right. And that shirt, I will be wearing that shirt next Wednesday. You will see the 31-9 beatdown shirt with the deuces. Antoine Winfield. I love that. I already love that's already my favorite.
See that's just, to me, that was why I chose that as a moment, because like when you think of even the Super Bowl last or 2002, like you think of the Derek Brooks or even the Rondé Barber interception from the game before.
I mean,
like
this here has replaced this here.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, for the next 8 months, this is all I'm gonna do whenever we talk about, like, you play the beat whenever it comes on. Someone mentioned the Saints. Every time someone mentions the Chiefs, I'm just gonna go like this.
Bats get fucked.
Like I might even start signing off the podcast and just doing this for 8 months until we do something else.
Exactly, man. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, it's nothing short of amazing. Just what we have here. Actually, and guys, I'm gonna throw the link. I'm gonna throw the Smack Apparel link in here. Shirt is amazing. And Amazement 717, he ordered one of the shirts. Let me see if I can find a picture of it, because this shirt is nothing short of amazing. I know I'm gonna get off of here. I know I'm running long here. Beat down in the Bay. Here we go. Let me see if I can share my screen and see if we can grab that picture of this shirt, which is so choice. All right, guys, give me a second here. Share. Let's see what I can share. Share screen. Share screen. Let's see.
Fun fact: they have another cool one that I love. It's Tampa Bay Bad Boys for life. Like when Brady posted that video, I love that one. Oh, beat down in the Bay.
Beat down in the Bay. That shirt right there. Every Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan needs to have this shirt.
Just frame it.
Just frame it. I mean, even if you could get him to sign that shirt, that would be so impressive right there. But I'm telling you what, I would just wear that shirt just to be wearing it because it is so fresh. But if you know me, I'm all about the t-shirts. I love the t-shirts. That's my thing. But again, I had to throw this out there and just make sure everybody saw it. But again, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know within 30 minutes, I know Peter Blake will be on. Be sure to check that out. I'm going to call in and talk a little football with him here shortly. KB, thank you so much, man. What are your final thoughts before we roll out of here?
My final thoughts are: there's this receiver who is going to be entering the Hall of Fame, or he's going to be up for the ballot on the Hall of Fame. He is a certain individual who said that the Bucs were going to get like waxed, and he even had his mic drop moment. And I think just off of that prediction alone, he should never get in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. I think they should just erase his name and send his little ass back to wherever he came from. Where is he living at? Baltimore now or whatever? Who cares, man? I don't care where that dude lives at. I mean, we are not even gonna drop his name.
That's why I didn't say his name.
He's not getting no praise. He's not getting any praise here, any press here. Dub, what's going on? What's going on? Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate the calls that we did get. We will be back on here next Wednesday, and we will be talking draft. I will have my guy, Trevor Sikkema, will be on from the Draft Network, chopping it up with us. And we'll be talking about, let's see what the Bucs may need come draft time. So be sure to check us out next week. It's going to be a great show. But I'm going to go ahead and jump on out of here and let you get back to your evening. Thank you so much for checking us out.
It gun the captain of the